Hey guys, Foxdrop here, welcome back to another Spectate gameplay. Today we are spectating Korea's only high elo Aatrox player. I don't want to say he's Korea's only Aatrox player because, you know, you never know what you find down lurking around in the depths of Bronze 5. But yes, this is the only player in around like mid to high diamond and above Master Challenger in Korea who has more than 100 games played on Aatrox. So I think if you've played less than 100 games in ranked on something, are you really a main? I don't know. But this guy's got nearly 400 games played. And pretty interesting stuff to say the least. So I wanted to do a gameplay on some, or I guess I should say spectate on something like this specifically because you guys asked me. I read the comments of my videos, and you guys asked me to do some like kind of weird picks, some like maybe off meta picks, some stranger picks. And I thought, you know, I saw this geese, I was like, yeah, this. I suppose this fits the bill. I've been doing a lot of meta stuff in the past, spectates, you know, famous players, that kind of thing. Let's go back to doing something a little bit strange. So if you're interested in playing Aatrox top, this is hopefully the gameplay for you, because I've taken some notes on how this guy plays and, you know, all that kind of business, his runes and masteries and stuff. So hopefully you guys can learn a lot from this video, because that is, at the end of the day, the goal of this video. Excuse me. You know, we want to have some fun, we want it to be entertaining, but we also want to learn stuff as well. So right off the bat, Jarvan into Aatrox. Jarvan is coming back into meta a little bit. One of the sort of harder lanes to play against if you're a melee champion, because he can just bully you when his passive comes up, combine that with Grasp of the Undying, and then poke you with his Q. As you're seeing here, can be a little bit tricky for Aatrox. But he's crazy sustain really is the aim of the game on Aatrox, and I think this is what's quite important if you're laning on him, that you really need to take into consideration and that you really need to be making use out of, is you have to keep attacking minions, because if you stop attacking minions, you stop regenning, and without regen, what are you on Aatrox, really? So notice how he's always going to be auto-attacking minions. He's very rarely going to be zoning himself from the minion wave, because he needs to keep that going. But he has to be a little bit careful of getting ganked around the 3-minute mark, which is around this time, which is when the enemy jungler starts showing up after doing his level 3 clear. And when you've got someone like Jarvan who can easily set up the play, this honestly should have been pretty easy to spot coming. So gets first blooded, very nearly kills the Jarvan, but still you've got to be careful of that level 3 play, guys, because that's very common, very common indeed to have that happen. But he's got TP, so he shouldn't miss too much, honestly. But during this downtime, guys, let me just try and I'll explain to you here what he does for his runes and masteries. So runes and masteries, guys, they'll be in the description, but he goes for AD reds, armor yellows, sorry, attack speed blues. Oh my god, not blues. AD reds, armor yellows, attack speed Quints, and then his blues are really weird, okay? So he goes for 5 flat MR blues, 2 MR per level blues, and 2 attack speed blues. Now, for me, if you wanted a standard page, just go 80 reds, attack speed Quints, armor yellows, MR blues. You don't have to specialize that much. It's a very minor thing, so if you're just starting Aatrox, don't worry if you don't have all those blues. But here comes Lee Sim for the return gank. No worries, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. However, this is where Aatrox is now most vulnerable, now that his Q is on cooldown. So we'll see if Lee Sim comes back around again. Actually, I'm going to check it. He's not. I think he would be, like, honestly, if you were Lee Sin here, the only reason you wouldn't gank right now is because there are loads of minions, but this would probably be where he's most vulnerable. But he still has his flash at least, so that's okay. But yeah, for his masteries, guys, he goes 18-0-12 with Fervor for battle. That one is very standard, though. Just get Fervor for battle and then just, you know, really standard 18-0-12 page, honestly. Alright, going aggressive here. I'm really interested to see if he... I just want to rewind this really quick. I'm interested to see what W form he takes when he goes aggressive. So he did just use his Empower W, the extra damage one. But we'll see. Now he jumps in. He's still got his regen W up there, guys. Still got his regen. So interesting to know that even when he's going for the trades, he's still choosing to go for the regeneration. Why? This is a really interesting dive. Still choosing to go for the regeneration, because I guess in the grand scheme of the lane sustain, that's optimal. Now, this is not optimal, though, this dive here, because Kha'Zix's level 3. Really, you want to dive that shit? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Aatrox dive versus regen passive, but still, this one's going to be an interesting one. you got to be careful now. Really got a Nivea wall here. They might be able to get something out of that. It does zone off the Vel'Koz, but I'm not sure whether they're going to get anything from it. Ignite onto Jarvan, finishing him off. And Aatrox might be able to pop the Lee Sin here if he fancies it. You got the egg timer to go down, though. You can finish this guy off, right? There it is. And he's out. Good stuff. 2 for 2 in the end there. That's not too bad, honestly. 2 for 2 is fine. That could be a lot worse. Usually in a 2 for 2, when you're trading kills, you want to look at who got the kills, right? That's the most important factor. For example, if like a laner gets all the kills on one side, and then the jungler gets all the kills on the other side, usually it goes in the favor of the laner, because the laner can snowball that a bit more efficiently, depending on who the jungler is, though. Obviously, like in this instance, Lee Sin got these kills, so you could argue that he could snowball with those kills. But generally speaking, even from my perspective as a jungler, I'd rather get kills. Like, if I'm trading kills, I'd rather it go, like, to my laner, because then it means that the burden of carrying isn't just on me. It means my laners can do stuff. So, honestly, I would say because Lee Sin got those kills, that's pretty good for Aatrox and his team here, but we'll see how it pans out here. So it's level 6 right now, so this could be, usually at level 6 is where things start changing, but here we go. He's going aggressive, using his empowered W here for the extra damage, getting a nice trade off, some decent damage. Honestly, decent, equal kind of trade there as far as damage goes, but when you got this much regen, then, you know, you just win. You know, you win these trades. So I want to talk a little bit about item builds here. You're seeing that he's rushed the Ninja Tabby. He doesn't do this every single game. That's really matchup dependent, but he'll either always go Merch Edge or Ninja Tabby every single game. I guess, you know, against Jarvan and Lee Sin matchup, you kind of want the early Ninja Tabby, so that's understandable. But as far as item builds go, you'll see this guy build into his Blader and King first. Blader and King, core item on Aatrox. Every single game, this guy will do Blader and King into Phantom Dancer. That's his core build. So without fail, every single game, Blader and King, Phantom Dancer. Outside of that, however, it kind of depends on the game, but I would say very frequently he goes for Black Cleaver after that. Not every time, but very frequently. And then also other items to fill out his build. Things like more Mortius. Sometimes he rushes Hex Drinker quite early if he's against AP matchups. But more Mortius is a good choice. Randuin's is a good choice. Sterax he goes for sometimes as well. Little bit surprised to see that he actually doesn't bother going for Guardian Angel at all. He never buys that because you think maybe that's kind of cheesy with his passive, but no, it doesn't go GA at all. And skill order, guys, max W followed by E and then your Q. Anyway, so this lane phase is kind of just like farming right now, but almost 70 CS at 8 minutes. He's got the farm advantage on the Jarvan, considering Jarvan has 3 assists and Aatrox only has 1 kill. I mean, if you just look at the... Oh, he's going in now. Empowered W pops his ulti. That's that. Blink and you miss it, apparently. Oh my goodness, is he going to get Lee Sin as well? No way. Oh, Lee Sin goes in? No? Okay. Alright, it genuinely just turns on the jets and just goes for the Jarvan. So a little bit of poking coming through with his E in the lane phase, which is why, if I can just rewind this here, please don't bug out. Sometimes when you rewind, the replay bugs out a little bit. So a little bit of poking going down here if we take a look. Actually, you know what? I'm completely wrong. No poking whatsoever. Just a flat out all in here. So leads with his E, pops his empowered W, pops his ulti, and just absolutely obliterates Jarvan. With what? A dagger and Doran's blade. What the heck was that about? What was that about? That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Side note, by the way, guys. This guy's name is A, followed by some Korean characters. I don't actually know what that means. I don't know what that means, like Aatrox in Korean, maybe. Maybe, I don't know if he has a name that is a nod to Aatrox. But if you guys know, put that in the comments down below. Share the knowledge, guys. Enlighten us ignorant fellows. Alright, good shit. So he's going to recall here. How much gold does he have? 4k. Oh, is that a DC? Okay, so thank God for that he's back. I was like, oh shit, this isn't going to be a 45 game, is it? Alright, so gets the cutlass, just flat out. That's good stuff. Excuse me, it's very hot here in England. Which is uncharacteristic for England, I'll tell you that much. In England, it's usually bloody cold and miserable and grey. To be fair, there's a lot of clouds out, but it's still pretty warm, honestly. I'm pretty hot. I can tell you that much. Anyway, Cutlass time, boys. Going into the Blade Throwing King. As soon as he gets that blade, he's going to pop off. To be honest, he's already popping off a little bit. Plus 30 CS over Jarvan in a matchup which I would argue is not this easy for Aatrox, so he must be doing something right. Anyway. Oh, the TP play. That's in mid. Here we go. Nice little trap countering the Blitzcrank. Jumps in with the Q. Pops the E, pops the ulti, and oh my goodness, he keeps going. Alright, Blitzcrank was enough for him apparently. He's going for the Oracles as well. Counter TP pretty late, honestly, out of Jarvan here, but you never know. Might be in time. I think he's down. He's down, lads. He's out of it. A bit too aggro here. Nivea's being scrambled, but do they have the damage to kill her before her team saves her? I don't think they do. This is turning into a bloodbath, guys. What's going on? Jarvan, you're dead, mate. I don't know what that was. Lee Sin trying his best to do something sexy, but I'm sorry, mate. You ain't me or Gripex. Shouldn't say me, though, because I'm a terrible Lee Sin. You guys all know that. And I think Vel'Koz is donezo here as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. Nice. Is that the grab? The grab going to finish her off? The grab finishes her off. Alright. Pretty bloodthirsty fight there, not going to lie. Pretty sexy stuff as well. That's what we like to see. Some action, man. Some action. So something that's really kind of important to note about that play there, specifically when it comes to Aatrox and how you want to play as a top laner and how you want to use your teleport. How did Kha'Zix just get 1v1 by Blitzcrank? I don't know. But specifically what you need to note there is when Aatrox uses TP, it wasn't to initiate a play necessarily, it was to counter the play. So he basically waited for Blitzcrank / Vel'Koz to kind of dedicate a bit to the play, and then he TP'd in. Now, the reason for that is because Aatrox as a champion... Jarvan DC'd. Yeah, scumbag Aatrox. Come on, man. And then he flashes the Mastery Flex. Unbelievable. Aatrox as a champion is a... not a champion who has particularly good crowd control or anything like that. So, it can be a little bit hard for him to kind of force plays when he wants to initiate them. His initiations aren't actually that bad. But it's not... Oh, is he going to turn this one around? It's not that great when you're trying to start something like that. So when Aatrox is low on health, he gets crazy regen. And apparently... Yeah. Alright. There you go. Don't fight an Aatrox when he has further stacks up. And don't fight an Aatrox when he's on 20% health unless you have the burst to kill him. Because it won't work. Alright, let's see. Is he going down here? Nice flash from the Lucian. Baits it out though. Can easily regen off the minions here. Doesn't even have to play this one cautiously. Or can just slap Lucian around the face and kill him as well. Now we're going to skip forward here. Jarvan's back. Thank goodness for that. Fortunately, I would argue that Jarvan being dead here actually didn't really make much of... Jarvan DCing here hasn't really made much of a difference this game at all. Because Aatrox is just shitting all over everyone, really. But it's all good. He was already shitting on Jarvan as well. Alright, let's see. Is he going to get some regen going down here? Then maybe turn on Jarvan. His ultimate is up in 30 seconds, so he doesn't have his ulti. But he's going for it. He turns in on the Jarvan. Probably going for the empowered W here. But now that he's really low on health, sticking to the healing W so that he just can't die. As you're seeing, he just can't die. Good stuff. So I think that's something that's quite... If you're new to Aatrox, guys, if you don't know that when your W it heals you every third hit, or it does extra damage every third hit. You toggle between the two, but if you're low on health, the heal is more, unless they changed that when they reworked him. Yeah, okay. Well, they changed it, okay. I wasn't aware of that, but it still works in a similar sense, because the lower health you're on, the more you heal, essentially. So yeah, that's something to worth noting. If you're playing versus Aatrox and he's low on health, he's going to heal up pretty bloody quickly. This is also why you go an attack speed focus build, right, to make use of your W. Oh, here we go. He gets grabbed in. Can he turn it around on someone? Again, going for the regen here. Nice. Just endlessly tanky. Just literally can't die. He just can't die. That's absolutely vile and disgusting. And now yeah, I would do the same. I would do the same in that situation. Once you get to that point, it's over. Disgusting. Absolutely vile. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, boys and girls. I hope you learned a little bit about Aatrox specifically in the lane phase, like I mentioned with the item builds here. He would finish that Black Cleaver, then go Phantom Dancer, and then finish the Blade Throwing King, then go Phantom Dancer, and the items I listed before. But from what I can tell from how he plays games in general, guys, he mostly sticks to his lane, just plays as a split pusher. So not really anything special about how he plays. Just sit in your lane, pressure that lane. A lot of times you can 2v1. A lot of times you have a lot of threats to take down towers as well. So just like this game, if it had gone a bit longer, you would have seen he just sits top lane. And if there's a really obvious TP for him to make, he'll do it like he did before. But mostly just sit in your lane and be a massive nuisance. But yeah, thanks for watching the game, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheeky thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to me for more Legends content. And you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. And do you know what else you can do? Put it. I'm gonna let the comments do this one, okay? So don't listen to me here. Just read the comments, okay? Someone in the comment finish my sentence for me. All right? I don't even need to say it. But I am gonna say, thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next.